Hey, Pastor Ryan, back here with another Wednesday watering for you. I've got David Bell again with us from the United Methodist Foundation, and I've got Bill Coulter with us. And Bill handles a lot. You have heard me talk many times about the tireless hours he puts in making sure that our finances are handled properly. So there was one question I remember Bill bringing up that I had no idea an answer to. He asked me one time about RMDs. So let's just start there. What is an RMD?
It's a great question. Our RMDs have been in the news a significant amount over the past year. RMD stands for Required Minimum Distribution. And there is a required minimum distribution from a traditional IRA or from some employer-sponsored retirement accounts like a 401k or a 403b or a 457. I promise not to throw too many numbers around, but those employer-sponsored retirement plans and traditional IRAs, along with a few other less known accounts, do have required minimum distributions. Those occur at a certain age. It used to always be age 70 or older, but that recently has changed, and that's the cause for RMDs to really be in the news lately. So now the age is 73. So at 73, folks are required to take a minimum distribution from those accounts.
So one of the things I hear from people in our congregation is they're asking me, what do I do with the money? There's a tax break or a benefit to do something with it, and I don't have a good answer for them.
Great. So for these retirement accounts, when the required minimum distribution hits, it means that they must take money from those accounts. Now, many people need that income, frankly, for their retirement living, but there also are a number of people who would prefer to just leave the money in that traditional IRA, but they're forced to take it out once they hit that age requirement. So one advantage is instead of taking the distribution personally, there is something called a charitable rollover or a charitable distribution from a traditional IRA. And in this instance, a person can transfer, distribute from their IRA that required minimum distribution to the church or to a nonprofit organization of their choice. And by doing so, the advantage is they avoid ordinary income tax on that distribution. Now, I always like to point out they do not also get a charitable deduction on their tax return. It's not two deductions. It's just simply avoiding ordinary income tax on that distribution, which can be a significant savings to the individual. Not only a significant savings to the individual, it also means that the church benefits from likely a larger gift because the taxes are not an issue.
Now, does the church doesn't keep that stock? They just take that cash and then put it into funds that the church allocates or that you guys choose for us?
That's right. Typically, with any charitable organization, when they receive a required minimum distribution, whether it's in the form of cash or a stock, they will invest that according to the policy of the organization or of the local church. So if it does come in kind as a stock gift, it typically would be sold and then reinvested according to the church policy and the church investments. And some people get concerned, well, won't there be tax implications to that? Remember that the church is a nonprofit, so by selling stock, it's not going to face any capital gains tax or something like that.
So now if someone has, say a brokerage account with one company, another account, if they have money scattered all over the place, the required minimum distribution is a percentage, right?
The required minimum distribution is a calculation based on actuarial tables, which means life expectancy, and that's a uniform across the United States for every one of these types of accounts. So whether you have 4 different brokerage accounts or one, there will be a required minimum distribution. Remember, the age is 73 for each one of those accounts. Yes.
So if a person has multiple brokerage accounts or investment accounts, they're required a percentage to take out. Do they have to take it out of 20% from this account, and this,
They need to make sure that they meet the required minimum distribution in total. So it's an aggregate,
okay.
not an
So
individual.
it could all come out of one account?
It could.
As long as it's that meets that dollar amount?
That's correct.
Okay.
Good stuff. Well, I still got a few years, it sounds like, before I have to worry about this, but I have learned a lot in this conversation. So thank you both for joining us here today. We'll keep these videos coming, and we love you, and we'll see you on Sunday.